Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball once again. Today, as I had said in my earlier video, we will discuss the most important matches, the result in which was significant in our quest to achieve the La Liga title. Also, we will do a little bit of discussion about Kubo, Mariano and Gareth Bale, who have been in the news very recently. But coming first to the most important matches of the season. Off the top of my head, I would first start with the second El Clasico of the season, which was held at the Santiago Bernabeu. And to be frank, in the past decade, we haven't had the best of results in the Bernabeu. Surprisingly, against our arch rivals FC Barcelona in the El Clasico. Adding to that, in the previous season as well, we were not able to get the better of Barcelona at our home ground. So there was something in between the teeth of the players. They wanted a good result, but going into the match, the circumstances were far from ideal for both the sides, I would say. Real Madrid, before the El Clasico, was involved in a tussle against Man City in the Champions League. We all know the result. We lost 2-1 at home against Man City in the first leg of the tie. But more importantly, we had given away 2 away goals, and we know how important the away goal rule becomes in big matches of the Champions League. So the morale of the team must have been low. On the other hand, Barcelona were coming in this fixture with a brand new manager who was managing his first El Clasico. Thankfully for us, Zidane was able to inspire his troops coming into the fixture despite the defeat against Man City. We had the first goal courtesy of vision of Toni Kroos and the blistering pace of Vinicius Jr. It was a well worked out goal, and Toni Kroos was the architect of the goal as Vinicius put the ball at the back of the net. Barcelona didn't really hit their stride in the match, and to wrap things up, Mariano came on very late and gave us the second goal of the match in injury time, putting the result beyond any doubt. I have chosen to speak on this match because I personally feel the match was very important in changing the mentality of our players. Lately, we haven't been having the best of El Clasico, but a win in the match was a motivational factor. The players started believing again that they were in with a very good chance to topple Barcelona off the perch and go on to capture the La Liga title. Real Madrid had leapfrogged Barcelona to go to the top of the table with 12 games in hand. And yes, Real did drop points again in the next match as we went into lockdown 2 points behind Barcelona. But that match was significant in changing the mentality of our players, and also we had a good head-to-head record which would have given us the title had Barcelona and Real finished on equal points. The next match that I would choose would be Real Madrid versus Valencia. It was our second match after the resumption of football post-lockdown. We were going into the match after beating Eibar 3-0 at home in the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium. We had seen Hazard return in the match against Eibar. We had seen some flashes of his brilliance as well in the match. And also the way Hazard was teeing up with Benzema in the match against Alaves. It gave us some excitement, and we wanted to see more of that in the match against Valencia. Now the Los Che are always a tough side to beat. They have some quality players in their ranks, and this match happened to be one of the toughest of our remaining fixtures. Zidane went in with a formation of 4-4-2 with just Hazard and Benzema leading the attack. We went into halftime with a 0-0 scoreline, but in the second half we completely blew away Valencia, bulldozing them, scoring 3 goals. The first goal was a result of a good connection between Hazard and Benzema. Hazard got the assist and Benzema got the goal. In the second goal, Marco Asensio was involved. He was making a return after being sidelined due to an injury he picked in a pre-season friendly. Asensio came on as a substitute in the second half, and in the 74th minute, Asensio scores a goal, that too with his first touch in the match. And what a marvellous way it was to make a comeback. It was great to see him return to football, and he added more dynamism in our attack. Benzema, again in the 86th minute, had scored one of the goals of the season. You can see that in this clip. It was something out of this world. Karim Benzema was in top form. So we had got 2 good results in a row, and we were building momentum going into the final match of the season. Coming to the third match, I will pick the Real Madrid versus Getafe match. Getafe were a high-flying team this season and were a tough nut to crack. They did finish 8th in the end, but their coach Bordalas had turned his side into a tough opposition. They were fighting for the European spots and were looking to get a point out of the match against Madrid. Real, on the other hand, were looking to capitalize on the poor run of form that Barcelona were in and were aiming to stretch the lead at the top of the table by 4 points. It was a cagey match as expected, and we had to wait until the 79th minute for the first goal to come, which eventually went on to be the winning goal as well. A foul was inflicted on Carvajal as he made a brilliant run into the box. A penalty was given and Ramos did the rest of the work, giving Real Madrid the lead, and after that match, it was looking quite certain that the league was coming back to the Spanish capital. Atletico Bilbao in the end was also one last major hurdle where all Barcelona fans were hoping we would drop points as the reverse fixture had ended 0-0 at the Bernabeu. But it was Sergio Ramos who came up with the decisive goal as he converted from the spot yet again after a foul was committed on Marcelo inside the penalty area. That was a major hurdle for us, but in the end we were able to overcome all these challenges and emerge victorious to the delight and joy of Real Madrid fans. It just didn't look like anyone could come in the way of Madrid and stop the run of consecutive wins. We were churning out good results one match after another. So that Madridistas were the matches which were major blockade in our path to glory, but Zizou and his men fought all the way to claim the La Liga title for the first time since 2017. Now moving on to matters that have come up in the news, first starting with Kubo. As per various news outlets, Real Madrid and Zidane have agreed to allow Kubo to go on another loan spell, this time to Sevilla, who will be in the Champions League next season. Zidane wants Kubo to get more exposure to the elite level competition and get more game time in the Champions League so that he can gain more experience and continue to grow as a player. Kubo, as we have seen this season, had a good year at Mallorca. Mallorca were relegated to the second division, but Kubo had some really good performance in the Mallorca shirt. He had played against us earlier in the season, and we got a chance to see his skills in that match. I have been keeping an eye on him also when Mallorca played against the big teams like Barcelona and Atletico, and Kubo was the man who was causing all sorts of trouble to the opposition defense. He was the primary attacking outlet for Mallorca, and at such a young age, he is not at all afraid to go toe-to-toe with the big defenders. He has got good dribbling ability, good vision, and it really looks like it's just a matter of time before he shows his skills at the Santiago Bernabeu. But for the time being, I would be happy if he joins Sevilla on a loan, get some valuable Champions League minutes under his belt, and continue his development. There are reports claiming Kubo has spoken to our former manager and Sevilla's current manager, Julian Lopetegui, to understand his role in the side, and he has been convinced by the words of the manager and is looking forward to join Sevilla. This looks like a win-win situation for both Sevilla and Real. Sevilla will get an extra weapon in their arsenal to compete in the Champions League, and we will get a more mature player at the end of the season. Up next, we have sad news related to Mariano. Many of you must have heard that Mariano has been tested positive for the coronavirus. Real Madrid have confirmed it as well in a statement saying that after the COVID-19 tests were carried out individually on our first team by the Real Madrid Medical Services, our player, Mariano, has given a positive result, and that is really, really sad news. Mariano currently is self-isolating, and he has not come in contact with the first-team players. Mariano himself came on social media informing his followers that he and his family were doing fine. So that is good news. Hopefully, Mariano can recover from the virus as soon as possible. It is a traumatic experience, and we all must extend our support and our prayers for Mariano so that we can see him back playing for Real Madrid as soon as possible. And last but not the least, we will discuss the situation related to Gareth Bale. Some news outlets are claiming that Real Madrid have accepted defeat in moving on Gareth Bale from the club, and now Real are going to focus upon selling other French players to generate money for the upcoming transfer window. The situation is getting worse and worse with Gareth Bale. Now, it is no hidden fact that Zidane and Gareth Bale don't have the best of relationships. Post-lockdown, Bale has been left on the bench most of the time by Zidane, even when we had the provision of making 5 substitutions in a match. Yet, Zidane didn't feel like he needed Bale in most of the matches. A few days ago, Bale's agent, Jonathan Barnett, had said to the media that Bale was going nowhere. He will stay at Real Madrid. Bale currently has 2 years left on his contract, which is set to fetch him 60 million euros, and that is just ridiculous to pay such a huge amount to a player that we use so sparingly. Recently, Toni Kroos came out in the media saying that Bale was mad about how Madrid pulled the plug on his move to China, and the situation must be sorted as soon as possible. Gareth should have left last summer, but Real were unable to move him on, and at this point of time, I don't even think that Bale feels like he is a part of the team anymore. The way he was involved in the title celebration and the pictures that surfaced out on social media just tells you that he just isn't feeling right at the club. I would give huge credit to Zidane that the situation didn't affect the rest of the players, because it becomes really difficult when circumstances like these come up in the middle of the campaign. Bale has to go, but the problem is not many clubs can offer the astronomical salary that he currently earns, and him being on the wrong side of 30 just isn't making the deal lucrative for the big clubs to go on and invest in Gareth Bale. By the look of things, it will be tough for Real to move on Gareth Bale. I really respect Bale for the big goals in the big matches, but it's time to go for the benefit of all parties involved. He needs to get more playing time, and Madrid need to get more money to invest in the squad. So that, Madridistas, is all we have in this video. We covered the news, we spoke about the important matches of the campaign as well. I hope you liked the video. If you want more of my content, like, share and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can get an instant notification as soon as I publish the video. I will see you soon with another video discussing our top 5 players in La Liga this season, which will be the final video of the series of videos analysing our league triumph, and then we will start building towards the Champions League fixture against Man City. Till then, stay safe, take care, and as always, Hala Madrid.